Hello guys. So YouTube decided to crash and then delete my video, which I was going to upload at 9 because I had set it to do that, but then it decided not to. So that's fun. It doesn't like me anymore. So unfortunately, I couldn't save the video because of my um storage space. I know, but I've deleted so many apps now. Well, not so many. I've like offloaded them, so now I've kind of like gotten rid of memories and Snapchat and stuff, and it should, fingers crossed. I've put like loads of stuff into the cloud. It should just be right. I've only got like 200 videos. No, I've only got 200 photos and then like 4 videos. So fingers crossed, it should work. But today I wanted to talk about loneliness, which is what I was going to talk about in the other video. So I wanted to talk about loneliness, which is what I wanted to talk about in the other video, but did not get a chance, obviously. So we're going to be doing that today. Do not mind tan. I have tried to wipe it off. It's just not working at the moment. Just doing makeup. I'm going to do this whilst I'm doing makeup because I don't really know. I feel like I concentrate better. And yeah. So I have struggled with loneliness like pretty much all my life. Like I'm an only child. Um, like I did have other people that were there and things, but I don't know. It just doesn't really. I was always kind of like alone, and like not necessarily that's like a bad thing, but I'm definitely more like a sociable person, and kind of being alone for me wasn't very fun. What might be my package? But oh God, I'm looking at all the Bumblebee places, but it wasn't really the thing for me. I didn't really like it, and so right now, well, not right now, but recently I have been kind of like chopping and changing from boy to boy to boy. I did that for like a while. Um, yeah, it's not necessarily like the best thing that I've done in my life, and I'm not very proud of it. But you know, it's a learning curve. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not really much I can do about it, and I don't know. I'm trying to like work on myself. So I've taken a break from boys, and I'm focusing on myself now. I'm doing a bit of self care, working on myself, figuring out myself. Because in year 11, I was like very much by myself. I really enjoyed it. Like, I used to sit there and read my book, and all these teachers would be like, "Oh, you need to go and socialise. You need to go find friends." I was like, "Bitch, I'm okay by myself." So I didn't end up being in a friend group, but then I was alone in the summer because we had a falling out, whatever. And alone in the summer, I tried to go to this book club, and it was just filled with like people 50 years plus, and I was like, "Oh," and I cried that day. I didn't have anyone to like hang out with during the summer, and that sounds really depressing, but loneliness is really depressing, can't I? And yeah, it's also because I've got depression, so it's also kind of part of that as well. Like, loneliness is kind of like a symptom of depression. Even though I do have like loads of people, I'm not saying that I don't. I just feel lonely. Do you know what I mean? Because I know my mates like who have boyfriends and things, and they still feel lonely. You know, it's totally normal, isn't it? You've got like someone who loves you. It's still normal to feel lonely from time to time. Oh my god. But I don't really know, it's always been something that I kind of struggled with, and I am trying to like learn more about myself, and definitely trying to figure myself out in that sense. I just don't really know how to do it because I gave up therapy when I moved here, and because I really liked my therapist at the time, and I was working with her for like a year, and I was doing really well. And then obviously I moved, and I prefer like face to face sort of therapy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I prefer seeing the person, or like on the phone. Do you know what I mean? Because then I can like sit there and cry like myself, and I don't. Because like I generally am very like strong on the outside and soft on the inside. Like, I will sit there and I will like say things about myself and to try and like make myself seem like big and strong. Like, they're not necessarily lies, but they're like things that I've been through that I think make myself really strong, so people don't sit there and like take me down or whatnot. And I think that's definitely a really big thing that I need to work on, because that is definitely not healthy. But sorry, I'm gonna move my chair back. But yeah, I don't really know how to kind of stop doing that. It's definitely a big problem for me, and it's something that I do that needs to be kind of worked on and things like that. Something that I need to definitely stop doing. Definitely stop doing. God, I do not have my shade. There, my shade, isn't it? That's close enough. Close enough. But so I'm using this little palette. It's so broken. Got this like 3 years ago now. Still use it. Used this palette for like ages, but obviously I brought a new one. But yeah, it's just, oh, I've lost my very train of thought now. But I think definitely do not use boys as a replacement for your happiness. Find happiness by yourself. You do not need no man to be your happiness. You know what I mean? Like, your happiness should come from you. And definitely growing up in like a very feminist household, I have learnt that the hard way, because I've had my own dad like walk out and things, and I've walked out with my own dad before. You know what I mean? And I think that definitely shows a lot of strength that I've got. Not to be kind of like, oh, I'm this strong, independent woman, whatever. But I don't know, I just feel like it definitely shows a lot of what I've been through and how I kind of cope with things. I don't really know, like I really need to work on myself, and I'm taking a break from boys to work on myself. Because at the end of the day, myself is the most important. Why is the fuck? What the fuck? But I am the most important person in my life, and do you know what? Someone said something to me once, and it's really like stuck in. I think I got it from like Madeleine Orgy's oh my, that is so bad. Don't judge, guys. Please don't judge. I'm trying to get it off. It's not like I think this looks really good. I really don't. I know it looks really horrible. I'm trying to get it off. It just won't come off. Okay. Don't judge, guys. Don't. But oh fuck, I've lost it. But no, Madeleine Orgy's thing. She said something on there. It was like, oh no, I don't think it was that. I think it was like a TikTok or something. It was something like that. It was something along those lines. And it was like, you don't need a soulmate, because you were put on this earth to be you. You are your own soulmate. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do not need the other half, because you are the other half. You do not need to be, you don't need to find anyone, you do not need to be this certain person, because you are you. You are your own soulmate. You are what you're meant to be in this moment. And another thing that Madeleine Orgy said is that if you really aren't happy with being alone, then you aren't meant to be alone. But if you're happy with being alone, then you are meant to be alone. And I think that's definitely a really big thing. And I don't think I'm meant to be alone. I really don't. I think I've always wanted that really like happy household, because I never got it. And I do really want that. And I think that's definitely something why I need to like definitely put my expectations up a lot higher with men, because I literally just pick anyone because I'm so lonely. I pick anyone who chooses me, and I'm like, no, I need to choose the men. The men can't sit there and choose me, because men make horrible decisions as it is. And at the end of the day, it's my life. Why am I making myself not the highest point of my happiness? Like, what? I'm stuck with myself for ages. I might as well just enjoy being alone and enjoy having myself. I don't know who needed to hear that, but there you go. I think you needed to hear that. That's a very dark, very dark. Whoops. Oh well. But oh, that hand's actually really pissing me off. Just don't judge guys, please, because I'm sat there judging myself. Awful. It is so awful. But yeah, definitely don't sit there and feel like you're alone or anything, because you're not. Like, I promise you, there's so many people in this like situation. I've cried over it, and I've been, oh my god, the sun's so bad. But I've definitely been like crying over it, and I've been trying to figure it out. But I think crying is definitely a big part of healing, and especially with my ex, he didn't know how to cry. He wasn't very in tune with his emotions, and I definitely think that's why we didn't work out, because he kept on going on about communication and all this and that. Never communicated to me, and I was like, what? And from like, when I definitely do think with my loneliness, I generally, it's like self sabotage really, because I know that these people won't last, because I'm literally just picking the first penny that I find up on the street. I'm not waiting for a like a tenner to come along or something like that. I'm literally just picking up the first thing that I see, and that is not okay. Like, I'm sat there going to, I don't know, like, say I'm a bottle of water. I absolutely love this one, but say I'm a bottle of water, and I don't know, like, you know how it's really expensive on like planes and stuff. That could be me. I could be that bottle of water going to what I'm worth, or like more than I'm worth, being treated more than I'm worth. But I'm not. I'm going. I'm being picked up as like a half empty water bottle because I haven't fixed myself. I haven't, but I'm not a full, fucking glass cold thing. But I need to find my refrigerator. I need to find my ice to be able to do that. And that is something that you need to do yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, people in your life will be that ice, they'll be that refrigerator, they'll make you the better you. They will fill up your water bottle, they will help you. Some people might drain it, some people might poke holes in it. But at the end of the day, you can always, plaster them up. You can always look, not look, but like, you can always be a better you. And you just got to find them people who can help you, or don't, and help yourself. You can always find a refrigerator, or you can always go, if it's a cold day, you can always just go outside and do it for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the sense that I'm a water bottle, you know, you can always do that, and you can always go outside and be that ice cold freezer or whatever. I don't know, I think I'm waffling on a bit now, but you can, and it's absolutely fine. Oh. But I definitely do think that if you're not happy in yourself, you can't love anyone else. So this looks like a lot. I promise you, it's actually not. Like, a little does not go along with this. But if you're not happy in yourself, then you're not ready to love someone else. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's not that bad. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna get treated like the queen. You deserve to be treated as, or the king. Watching that. You're gonna be treated how you are meant to be treated. And I've also kind of turned to God as well recently. I'm still kind of like trying it out. It's like a trial and error sort of thing. Trying to find myself, trying to find someone who's going to be that refrigerator and help me out unconditionally, which is very tough to do. Definitely very tough to do. Where's my eyebrow pencil at? I literally just saw it like 2 minutes ago. Where is it? So I'm just gonna move you slightly, because I know I'm like a very soft-spoken person, so it doesn't really get mixed in translation with this bloody thing. But let me get my little mirror out. But definitely, if you're lonely, then you're not the only person. And I know it's such a shit feeling, honestly. It's such a shit feeling, and you're just kind of sat there by yourself, and you just don't really know what to do. You're just always kind of by yourself. But I feel like if you've got the money to, then definitely go out to like eat, or go have a coffee, go do some colouring, like in like a nice coffee shop, a nice place, or just even in your room, or just kind of like find something that you can do. Because I know your phone does not help. I know I sound like someone's mum when I'm saying this, but your phone does not help because you're just constantly scrolling through people who look happy, and you're just like, oh, I wish I was like them, oh, I wish I was like them. And your brain is just going to sit there and think, I hate myself because you're not like these people. But in reality, they're probably just as lonely as you. They're probably just sat there making videos to make themselves feel better because what? They're just as lonely as you. And we're all human, we all bleed the same blood. Like it is really just like finding that confidence or self-respect for yourself and being like, wow, this obviously isn't real because it's online, and who's actually their true self online, really. And because like I'm not my true self online, because I'm not going to tell you my whole bloody life story. I'm not going to tell you absolutely everything that goes on in my life because that is my privacy bit. I can hold back what I say, and I'm not going to sit on here and speak lies, but I'm not going to tell you everything because some bits are irrelevant or some bits I don't want to tell the whole world, and that's totally okay. You definitely need to get that self-confidence. I say you, as if you're like, yeah, you need to get that self-confidence. But I feel like if you've kind of, you're either one of my very close mates who's clicked on this, or you've actually seen this somewhere, and I'm like, oh my god, hey babe. But yeah, I don't even care about the money really. It's just all kind of like, I don't know. I really enjoy, because I like really enjoy doing this because I know that when I was little, whatever, I would want someone kind of, because it's kind of like a FaceTime call. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of vibe that I want it to be. I want it to be like a safe space. I don't want you to sit and be like, oh god, like she's so pretty, she's this, she's that. Or you might think I'm really fucking ugly. Oh well. But at the end of the day, I won't speak bad on your name, and you don't speak bad on mine. It doesn't really. If you do speak bad on mine, it just says a bit more about you, doesn't it? But at the end of the day, I'm happy in myself, and if you're happy in yourself, then no one can really take that away from you. Like, the most insecure people speak bad on other people, because I know I've done it myself. I've done it myself, and I sit there and speak bad on people because I'm feeling shit about myself, and I think everyone's probably done it, unfortunately. But it's just something that you really got to deal with, and it's something you just gotta work through by yourself. And it may seem really tough, and it may seem scary to be by yourself, but I think we were probably put on this earth to be by ourselves. And like my hamster's bloody brilliant by himself. He doesn't really care about me. He does, like a certain degree. It's like, when are you gonna feed me? But he's very solitude, like very solitude animals, and he's got his things to keep him stimulated or whatnot. And I give them to him. I'm his um freezer. Making him worth, you know, more than he is, because making him happy. And I'm like his ice and like his fridge. Do you know what I mean? If you want to be that type of person to someone, then you've got to really be happy in yourself to do that. Because if you're not happy in yourself, you're not going to be able to sit there and help other people. And I definitely have like distanced myself away from certain people because I wasn't happy myself. I couldn't do that, and I'm still not. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I'll ever be like fully happy in myself, but at the end of the day, I can only get as close as I can, and that's something I'm working towards. And I want to be able to do well in life and do things that I want to do, and not kind of have to sit here and be all miserable and things and be like, oh, my life's awful. And because if you start thinking like that, then your life is going to be awful. Like, you've got to manifest your life, really. You got to sit there and think, I don't want my life to be like that. Let me encourage myself to go to the gym, better your life. Because at the end of the day, if you're just sat there talking bad on other people's lives because you're lonely or because you want to be like someone else, then that's what your life is going to be. You're just going to be some sad person sat in a corner. Like, oh, I don't like your life. Imagine they're fucking viewing that and they're thinking, I like my life. What about it? Do you know what I mean? Oh, your life's this, your life's that. And you're not living my life, you're not in my shoes, you don't know what I've been through. And at the end of the day, people sit there and hate on your name when you're in a really shit mood. All you've got to think is, well, that's actually going to give you confidence. Like, whenever people mean to me, it gives me more confidence because I'm like, well, they think that my life's like this, but it's actually not. It's actually like this. And it's quite funny. And it's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like funny to me. I'm like, oh well. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh well. If you view me like that, I don't view myself like that, so it's nothing to do with me. It's obviously you, insecurity, you're insecure, so you have to sit there and hate on other people. Sorry, not sorry. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying these people don't deserve to be treated nicely, because they do. But at the end of the day, they're too insecure, and they're too. Why has this actually gone on to like bullying and things from loneliness? I don't really know how that's done that, but it has. But I definitely think whenever you're lonely, you do kind of like sit there and hate on other people. And I'm not saying go and hate on other people, go be like this, go be like that. I'm not saying that. Do not spread positivity in the world, because there was a moment in my life where I wasn't. I was being the most cruel, rude bitch. And what I do is I take from other people's morals. I don't sit there and hold my own, and which is what makes you a really strong person. If you sit there and you hold your own morals, that makes you really strong. That makes you the strongest person in the room. If you sit there and you go, well, that's not right, I don't believe in that, that makes you the strongest person in the room, because everyone will just be like, oh, I can't say that around them. You can't say that around me because I have my own morals. But at the end of the day, I actually need to work on that, because I just sit there and I just go, oh my god, yeah, like, I agree with that, when I'm sat there thinking, I actually don't. I actually don't agree with that, and I don't like what you're saying or where you're coming from. So it takes a lot of strength to kind of sit there and say that about someone, or say that to someone. But at the end of the day, if you're lonely, then that's a you problem. You don't sit there and make it everyone else's problem. You know what I mean? Don't put your problems on other people. Unfortunately, that is just life. People are going to do that, but at the end of the day, it just says more about them. And you are going to be the strongest one to come out of that, because you're not going to be bothered by it. Don't react. Don't be bothered. Because I've done that. I've reacted and I've been bothered, but it doesn't work. Like, it just makes them stronger. At the end of the day, they go, oh my god, they've reacted. Oh my god, I can like. They're not as strong as they make out to be. Do you know what I mean? Sorry about that, guys. Had to go get my little lunch, which I've just finished. But definitely, if people are rude to you, mean to you, or you're just feeling really shit in yourself, do not be mean to others. You know, I've done that mistake. I'm just like teaching you from my mistakes. And it's just don't do it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys have a nice day. Sorry about me not posting for like 3 months, 4 months. College was kicking my ass, not kissing. Really hope it was, but it wasn't. So I've just eaten. So, but hope you have a nice day or night, whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next one.